was going to be my wife was when I respected her enough to tell her the truth when I didn't have to. I didn't when she knew nothing about things that I've done in the dark, that I decided to bring the light anyway because I didn't want to start our relationship off with a lie. You feel me? When you respect a woman more than you love her, that's when you know she's meant to be a wife. And I realized that because I remember this very particular day. Now, me and Dana, we met on October 11th, 2015, right? I remember that like it was yesterday. And I want to say we went on about 2 dates and everything, talking and everything, but we never actually solidified our relationship. You know, we were going back and forth. Not to mention, she was long distance at the time over in New York. I'm in Philly. It was a 2 hour drive. You know, she had the ability and flexibility as an entrepreneur to come see me, but it was kind of hard because I worked every single day at the bank. You know what I'm saying? But we tried to make it work. So I want to say about a month into us talking to each other, she had asked me like, "Yo, Don, are you dating? Are you seeing any other women right now?" And I'm like, "Nah." Of course, all dudes say, "Nah, I ain't seen nobody else." But low key, you know what I'm saying? You still doing your thing. Plus, the long distance made it easy for me to do my dirt without somebody having to see what I'm doing. You know, I had my own apartment and everything, so I'm free. So what ended up happening was, I remember it was one night I had went out to dinner with this chick, you know, that I was talking to, still talking to around the time I was still talking to Dana, whatever. Dana's calling me. I just told her I'm out with a friend. Yo, I'm out with a friend right now. You know, I'm just hanging out with my boy. You know, after work, blah blah blah. But I'm really hanging out with the chick, whatever. So, what's crazy is that same night, took the chick back to my apartment, and I smashed her. You know what I'm saying? The same thing I would have done. That was in my nature. Not to mention Dana. She told me up front that she was celibate as well, so we wasn't having sex whatsoever, and no plans of that until marriage. So for me, it was like that wasn't something I even told her I agreed with at the time. I was still just, you know what, I like her, but I'm doing my dirt right here. What's funny is it's something about a woman's intuition too, and knowing that your habits change to where she didn't talk to me that night, so she just started asking questions the following morning, like, "What you do last night?" "Oh, I ain't nothing. I was just hanging out. I fell asleep early." You know how it be. You know what I'm saying? And plus, you know nothing, so I had the ability to lie. So I remember it was about, and God is so funny, man, the way this thing works, right? And I didn't tell. I'm actually never told nobody this story. Like maybe one or two people know, like my closest friends. I'm going to get my hair cut on a Saturday morning. Dana came down to Philadelphia to hang out with me for the day. She stayed at the apartment while I went to go get my hair cut. Now, you know, iPhones and iPads and all that, they be connected. And I forgot that when a text message gets sent to your iPhone, if your iPad connected, it gets sent to that joint too. So I'm at the barbershop thinking that I'm cool. The chick texts me talking about some, "Yo, I had a," just talking to me, you just having basic conversation, and then she's like, when we linking up again, blah blah blah, whole spill. I'm texting her back because I'm thinking it's cool. Dana's at my apartment reading the text messages from the iPad because it was sitting right there on my couch. So I don't know this yet. After I get my haircut, whatever, I drive back to the apartment, which is like 5 minutes away. I come down the steps, unlock the door. She is leaving, but I don't think she expected to see me at the door. You feel me? Because she was trying to skate, whatever. So she was like, "Yo, you know, I just gotta get out of here. You know, I got an emergency going on, whatever." Gave me a big hug, and she bounced. You know what I'm saying? After she bounced, I'm like, that was odd. I thought we were spending the day together. She ain't telling me about no emergencies. So then I ended up going, looking around, looked at my couch, see that the iPad was open. I see all the messages. I'm like, oh. It didn't actually incriminate me. You feel me? Because I didn't say that I ever had sex with the shorty. Just I was talking to her too, so it didn't incriminate me. You feel me? But then I didn't hear from Dana in like 4 or 5 days. I'm calling her and everything, not hit me back, and I'm like, damn, this is crazy. So finally, she texted me about 5 days later and was like, "Yo, I want to talk to you. As long as you're willing to tell me the truth about what's going on, whatever." I'm like, "All right, bet." We had a FaceTime conversation. I remember that night like it was yesterday. It was like 8 o'clock p.m. I'm laying on my bed talking to her. Heart is racing because I'm like, damn, yo, I had a decision I had to make at that time. If I really wanted to move forward with her, I had to tell her the full truth, although I didn't have to because she didn't know. Or I could just keep going with the lie and continue to not respect her. But obviously, a woman that you don't respect is never one that you should marry to begin with. You know what I'm saying? Because you'll just keep doing dirt, and obviously, you shouldn't be doing dirt to your wife. You know, so my heart was really racing because it was that moment of me having to operate in the truth. So I remember we was on the call, we talking and everything like that. And then I finally just was like, yo, this is the woman that I really want to be with, man. That's the moment I knew. And I said to her, I'm like, yo, you know what? I really want to be in a relationship with you. I really like you. I enjoy your energy, the foundations that you stand on. You want to push me to be great. Not to mention you're celibate and you want to protect yourself till marriage. Like, I've never had a woman ever tell me that before a day in her life. Normally, it was easy for me to just have sex with women, but for her, it was like, no, sir. So to me, that was like such a turn on. You know what I'm saying? So it was like I told her, I'm like, yo, I'll be honest with you. I had sex with another girl, and I was talking to her, but I don't want to do that no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not me. I wanna be with you. And from this day moving forward, if you're willing to be in a real relationship, a full blown relationship, I'm cutting all of that stuff off. We're not doing it no more. I'm done. I'm not playing them. I'm not playing those games. I want to be committed, whatever. So there was a whole heated conversation on the phone. It didn't turn out the way I thought it would. With me telling the truth, because many times telling the truth never turns out the way you thought it would, because it's going to hurt the person on the other end, because of your actions or however you feel. So whatever, we hung up the phone. I didn't talk to her again for another week and a half, 2 weeks. So I'm thinking at this point the relationship is done, but I told the truth, so at least it was off of my conscience. That I want to say 3-4 days after that, that was the moment where I literally had got to my knees and I prayed to God, yo, God, please, if you just gave me another chance, just one more chance, please, I'm not going to mess this one up. Because for whatever reason, it was so hard for me to connect with a woman and really be like in a very committed relationship. But every relationship that I've been in, I can honestly say that I've done my dirt or I cheated in one way, shape, or form. And it was just with this particular woman, like, that I didn't want to do that no more. I was just praying to God, please just help me to be strong. Please help me to go through this stage of celibacy, because I know that's the only way I'm going to be with her. Like, help me to fight that temptation that I'm dealing with, please. And I remember I was praying and I'm like, yo, I don't want to do this no more. Right after I made that promise and I said, God, I'm changing my life, I'm not doing it. I want to say like a couple days later, she calls me and then she was like, what you doing? I want to come back to Philly next weekend and we can start over. And from that day moving forward, from the time that we had started over, that particular day that I first seen her again after 2-3 weeks of not seeing each other and after telling her the truth, from that particular day moving forward, we were in a full-blown relationship and been inseparable ever since. And that was the exact moment when I knew that she was my wife. From that moment she was my wife. We didn't walk down the aisle and officially, but that was it. You know what I'm saying? I could have gave her a ring right there on the spot, and it was more so because of her, but it was really because of me, and the fact that was the first woman that I actually was dating at the time or talking to that I respected so much to not only tell the truth, but to change all of my ways and say, yo, God, please help me, because I wanna be the right man for her. And I think as men, when you get to that place where you meet a woman that really stretches your capabilities in that way, unlike any other woman has ever done before, and you got that much level of respect, don't lose somebody like that. Because you'll always remember that day over and over and over, no matter how many other women that you come across. Because there's nothing more satisfying than having one woman that not only just pours into you, wants you to be better, but she respects herself. She respects herself so much that it makes you respect yourself. Just being in her presence, you know what I'm saying? And it was like, for me, it was like that wasn't something that I was willing to take a gamble on just for a quick nut. You know what I'm saying? Over some chicks that I know I would never plan to be with. I would probably never have kids with. A woman that I probably would never want to make my wife or to introduce to my moms. You know what I'm saying? It was like, so why am I sitting here want to play around with them when I got this? I got a Beyonce. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's just you logically, you just don't do that. You know what I'm saying? So it was like I had to come to terms with that. And ever since then, we've been inseparable. And then look where I'm at now. Because when you have an extraordinary partner in your corner and y'all are building legacy together, wealth together, trading conversations and ideas together, she's just as smart as you. Y'all respect each other. Bro, it only breeds beautiful blessings in all areas of your life. When two people are operating better than you operating by yourself, or you having to drag your significant other along because that wasn't a person you were supposed to be with because it's not equally yoked. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when you find that person where the energy is there, and that's it for not just yourself, your future, your kids, your family, yo, you take that on full force, drop everything. That's when I knew she was going to be my wife. And I would encourage every dude that's even listening to this, please mark my words, when you find that, keep it, because if somebody else does, another dude that sees the abilities in that, he gonna swipe that right up and you're gonna be screwed.